Hello, welcome to my first video. So the game we're going to be trying out today is Dragon Souls. But before we get into the game, since this is my first video, and if this is your first time watching my first video, and you've never watched any other videos on my channel, then I want you to know that all my videos are probably going to be based around Fortnite, Minecraft, and Roblox. So you should know that for the future if you're looking for any other games. This is a really well-made game. I highly recommend you to go check it out. It's definitely one of my favorite Roblox games. So without further ado, let's get into the video. And first, we're going to talk about quests. So when you first spawn into the game, you're going to spawn in down here, and you're going to see some people, and you're going to take their quest, and one of their quests is, I don't know if this is the first quest, but it's defeat the thief boss. So you can defeat him. Now, I'm a high power level, you can see that at the bottom of the screen, so I defeat him a lot easier. It might be a little bit harder for you guys. So you can do that as many times as you want. You just come over to him, and he says, are you ready for another round after you've done it the first time? But you always have to go up to him and ask him first, and then you can defeat him, and you know you've completed your quest when that's what happened. And then, so that's how you do a blue quest. Now, you have to be a certain level to do the yellow quest, but if you see a yellow diamond, kind of like the blue one, that's the storyline quest. So how you're gonna do those is basically about the same. It's just like they're gonna say more stuff and like tell you more about like your story and stuff. So then on from quest, well, actually I'm gonna tell you one more thing about quest. You'll see some people with these purple diamonds above their heads. Those mean that there's gonna be a time limit between every time you can do their quest. But like these people with the blue, you can just do their quest as many times as you want, and then just like alright, so next we're gonna be talking about those 3 bars at the bottom. You see like a red bar, a blue bar, and a yellow bar. So the yellow bar is for your level, so I'm level 58. The red bar is for your health, so your health regens over time. And then the blue bar is probably the most important bar. Well, health is the most important, but blue bar is second most important because blue bar is your key. So you'll see down on this little hot bar down here, I have a bunch of attacks, like attack 1 is that, attack 2 is that, attack 3 is this, we have attack 8, which is a crusher ball, and then 9 is Kaioken. I have that because I've trained with King Kai. But those take key, not like always, but they take a little bit of key. So you can see now my key's at 91%. Now if your key gets to 0%, then you can't do those moves anymore. So how you're gonna charge up your key, depending on what device you're on. If you're on a PC, then you're gonna hold down C, and then this is how you charge up your key. And then you just hold it until your key is at the very top. So next thing, we're gonna talk about like how to fight and stuff. So you can lock onto your targets. So like, even if I'm not really facing him, well, no, sorry, you're always facing them no matter where you go. So if like I pull out an energy blast, that'll automatically hit him. You don't have to put any targets, but you can. I like to personally, especially if I'm fighting people who have big power levels. Now, if it's just someone like a rogue experiment and I'm a high power level, then I'll just. But okay, so I've reached the new level, so now you can see over here I have a yellow quest that I can do. So I'm gonna go do this. Announcer. Alright, so he just asked me if I have what it takes to take on his Farmer's Elites, and I said yes. So first I'm gonna lock on to this one. I'm gonna hit this move, and then number 3, it's a very powerful move. Oh, and he just did it on me. And there are cooldowns between every single one. Alright, so I just beat him. You can see my power and my ki are down a little bit. So before I fight the next one, I'm just gonna get my ki back up to 100. And this time, I'm gonna start it off with heavy slam. Then I'm gonna hit. Although you can't always hit because sometimes the enemy has to hit. Alright, so I just completed my quest. And for every quest, you get a little bit of XP and a little bit of Zenny. So now that I've completed that, it becomes a blue quest, and I can just do it as many times as I want. So next we're going to be talking about King Kai. So you have to do this. I mean, you don't have to, but I would recommend doing it. So eventually you're going to talk to a guy. He lives at this, and he's going to tell you to fly up to this house in the mountains. I'm going to fly up here. It might take me a second. Once you've flown up here, a girl will offer you stew. You should take it, but when you take it, you die. But it takes you over to King Kai's world. Now, you don't go through this portal, you just end up there. But first, you have to go down Snake Road. But since I've already been to King Kai's world, I can just teleport there. Alright, so now I'm at King Kai's world. King Kai, when you're in King Kai's world, you'll have a halo over your head, but you're not actually dead. So you can fight King Kai, but he's pretty hard to beat, so I'm not going to fight him. Although you'll see some quests that aren't storyline quests, you still can't do. So like this one, to fight this guy, you have to be a level 250. Now, I will say that's the basics of the game, so I'm gonna just go back to Earth real quick, tell you a little bit more about the game and the beginning of it. So how you started this game is you started near the end of the timeline where some bad guys were taking over Earth, and Goku dies, and you lose, and you have 7 Dragon Balls, and you wished for Shenron to restart the whole timeline so that you can change it, and that's so you can save the world. So that's how it began, and then that's why you start off with no power level. But anyway, guys, that about wraps up my video. I hope you enjoyed, and I will be posting more content, similar and new content that's not similar to this, probably around once a week, maybe twice a week. So please like and subscribe, and I will see you guys in another video.